Top 12 World's Most Amazing Medieval City Architecture. Have you ever been in a city that took your breath away? A city that left you in awe with its architectural marvels? Today, we're taking you on a tour of the world's most amazing city architectures. These stunning cities have stood the test of time and continue to captivate us with their grandeur and magnificence. From towering castles to intricate cathedrals, these cities are a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of our ancestors. Join us as we take a tour of 12 of the most amazing medieval cities in the world. We'll delve into the history, culture, and architecture of each city, and discover the secrets and stories behind these magnificent structures. From Europe to the Middle East, we'll explore some of the most awe-inspiring cities that have stood for centuries. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to be transported to a world of medieval wonder. Whether you're a history buff or just love exploring new places, this is a journey you won't want to miss. Let's get started. Gothic Architecture. Gothic architecture is an architectural style that flourished in Europe during the Middle Ages. It is characterized by its pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and flying buttresses that allowed for more expansive and intricate designs. The Gothic style originated in France in the 12th century and quickly spread throughout Europe, with each region adding its own unique elements and variations. Imagine standing in front of a towering cathedral, gazing up at the intricate carvings and stained glass windows. The sheer size and scale of these structures are enough to take your breath away. But what's even more impressive is the intricate engineering and design that went into their construction. From the flying buttresses that allowed for higher walls to the intricate ribbed vaults that made larger windows possible, Gothic architects pushed the limits of what was possible with their creativity and ingenuity. One of the most famous examples of Gothic architecture is the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France. Construction of this iconic cathedral began in 1163 and continued for over 200 years, making it a true masterpiece of medieval architecture. The stunning stained glass windows, intricate carvings, and towering spires are just a few of the awe-inspiring features of this incredible cathedral. Moving away from cathedrals, the medieval city of Carcassonne in France is another stunning example of Gothic architecture. This fortified city is surrounded by two massive walls with 52 towers and a drawbridge. The intricate design and engineering required to construct such a complex structure are truly impressive, and it's no wonder that Carcassonne is considered one of the most impressive medieval cities in Europe. Lastly, we have the Alhambra in Spain, a stunning palace and fortress complex that showcases the unique blend of Islamic and Gothic architecture. The intricate details and patterns carved into the walls and ceilings of the Alhambra are truly breathtaking, and showcase the incredible skill and creativity of medieval architects.
Romanesque Architecture. The medieval period, spanning roughly from the 5th to the 15th century, was a time of great innovation in architecture. The Romanesque style of architecture emerged during the 11th century and became popular throughout Europe until the 12th century. It was a style characterized by grand arches, barrel-vaulted ceilings, and sturdy, simple forms. One of the most impressive examples of Romanesque architecture can be found in the city of Speyer, Germany. The Speyer Cathedral is one of the largest Romanesque churches in the world and features a grand nave with a barrel-vaulted ceiling and an imposing facade with twin towers. The cathedral also has an impressive crypt, where the tombs of 8 Holy Roman emperors can be found. Another stunning example of Romanesque architecture can be found in the city of Pisa, Italy. The Pisa Cathedral, also known as the Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta, features a grand marble facade with intricate carvings and sculptures. The interior of the cathedral features a grand nave with a barrel-vaulted ceiling and stunning stained glass windows.
Byzantine Architecture. Let's take a look at the Byzantine Empire. This powerful civilization was located in present-day Turkey, and its influence spread across much of the Mediterranean. One of the most famous examples of Byzantine architecture is the Hagia Sophia in Istanbul. Built in the 6th century, this incredible structure is a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of Byzantine architects. With its massive dome, intricate mosaics, and stunning marble floors, the Hagia Sophia is a true masterpiece of medieval engineering. Another remarkable example of Byzantine architecture is the Basilica of San Vitale in Ravenna, Italy. This stunning structure was built in the 6th century and features intricate mosaics that cover the walls and ceilings. The colors and details of the mosaics are breathtaking, and they offer a glimpse into the artistic and cultural richness of the Byzantine Empire.
Norman Architecture. Norman architecture refers to the architectural style that emerged in Normandy, a region in northern France, during the 11th and 12th centuries. Norman architecture is characterized by its massive and sturdy construction, using thick walls, rounded arches, and large columns. It is often associated with Romanesque architecture due to its similarities in terms of structural features and building techniques. The Normans were known for their military prowess, but they also left a lasting impact on the world of architecture. One of the most impressive examples of Norman architecture is the Durham Cathedral in England. The construction of Durham Cathedral began in 1093 and was completed in 1133. It was built to house the shrine of St. Cuthbert, the patron saint of Northumberland. The cathedral was part of a larger monastic complex, known as Durham Priory. Durham Cathedral is famous for its stunning Norman architecture. It features a Romanesque design with strong, massive pillars and rounded arches. The cathedral's most distinctive feature is its massive towers, including the central tower, which rises to a height of 66 meters, 216 feet. Durham Cathedral gained international fame when it was used as a filming location for several scenes in the Harry Potter movie series. In 1986, Durham Cathedral, along with Durham Castle, was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The site is recognized for its outstanding architectural and historical significance. Today, Durham Cathedral continues to serve as a place of worship, as well as a popular tourist attraction. Its stunning architecture, historical significance, and tranquil surroundings make it a must-visit destination for anyone exploring the northeast of England. Another incredible example of Norman architecture is the Palermo Cathedral in Sicily. This stunning structure was built in the 12th century and features a mix of Byzantine, Islamic, and Norman influences. The result is a truly unique and breathtaking building that showcases the creativity and adaptability of the Norman architects. Norman architecture spread beyond Normandy, particularly following the Norman conquest of England in 1066. Many examples of Norman architecture can still be found today in France, England, Italy, and other regions influenced by Norman culture. Renaissance Architecture. Moving on to the Renaissance period, this began in the 14th century in Italy and spread across Europe. Renaissance architecture is characterized by a renewed interest in classical architecture, particularly the Roman style. The Renaissance style favored symmetry, proportion, and the use of classical orders, such as columns and pilasters. One of the most iconic examples of Renaissance architecture is the Basilica di Santa Maria del Fiore in Florence, Italy. This cathedral is renowned for its stunning dome, designed by Filippo Brunelleschi, which is considered a masterpiece of Renaissance engineering. Another impressive example of Renaissance architecture is the Palace of Versailles in France. This palace was originally built as a hunting lodge for King Louis XIII in the 17th century and was later expanded by his successor, Louis XIV. The palace features impressive gardens, fountains, and intricate interior decorations. Baroque Architecture. The Baroque style emerged in the 16th century as a reaction against the rigid and formal styles of the Renaissance. It was characterized by grandeur, drama, and ornate decoration. Baroque architecture was often used in religious and civic buildings, such as churches, palaces, and government buildings. One of the most famous examples of Baroque architecture is the Palace of Versailles in France. Built in the 17th century, this magnificent palace was the residence of the French kings and queens for over a century. Its opulent halls, grand staircases, and ornate gardens are a testament to the wealth and power of the French monarchy. In Spain, the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela is a prime example of Baroque architecture. Built in the 18th century, this cathedral is famous for its ornate facade, grandiose interior, and elaborate altarpiece. It is also an important pilgrimage site for Christians, who come to pay their respects to the Apostle James. In Germany, the Wurzburg residence is a masterpiece of Baroque architecture. Built in the 18th century, this palace is known for its opulent interiors, richly decorated ceilings, and ornate gardens. It was designed by the famous architect Balthasar Neumann, who also created many other Baroque masterpieces throughout Germany. Gothic Revival Architecture. When it comes to medieval architecture, few styles are as iconic as Gothic Revival architecture. Known for its intricate detailing, soaring spires, and dramatic lighting, Gothic Revival architecture has captured the hearts and minds of people for centuries. From the ornate carvings on the stone facades to the intricate stained glass windows, every element of Gothic Revival architecture is a masterpiece in its own right. And nowhere is this more evident than in the great cathedrals of Europe. Take, for example, the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris. This magnificent structure, built in the 12th century, is a prime example of Gothic Revival architecture. Its soaring vaults, intricate ribbed arches, and stunning stained glass windows make it one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. But it's not just the cathedrals that showcase Gothic Revival architecture. Many medieval cities were designed with this style in mind, with narrow, winding streets and towering buildings that create a sense of drama and grandeur. And then there are the fortified walls that surrounded these cities, with their imposing towers and intricate fortifications. These walls were built to protect the cities from invaders, but they also served as a reminder of the power and influence of the medieval rulers. And speaking of rulers, no discussion of medieval architecture would be complete without mentioning the castles that dotted the countryside. These imposing structures were the homes of the nobility, and they were designed to strike fear into the hearts of their enemies. Tudor Architecture. Tudor architecture is an iconic style that is characterized by its half-timbered houses, steeply pitched roofs, and ornamental chimney stacks. The Tudor period was a time of great prosperity in England, and the architecture of the time reflects this wealth and prosperity. One of the most famous examples of Tudor architecture is the Hampton Court Palace, which was built by Henry VIII in the early 16th century. The palace is a magnificent example of Tudor architecture, with its red brick facade, elaborate carvings, and intricate details. Another great example of Tudor architecture is the Stratford-upon-Avon, which is the birthplace of William Shakespeare. This beautiful town is home to some of the most well-preserved examples of Tudor architecture, with its black and white timber-framed houses that date back to the 16th century. The city of York is also famous for its Tudor architecture, with its picturesque streets and beautiful houses. One of the most famous buildings in York is the Merchant Adventurers Hall, which is a beautiful example of Tudor architecture. The hall was built in the 14th century and was used by merchants to conduct their business. Moorish Architecture. The Moors were a Muslim people who ruled parts of Spain from the 8th to the 15th centuries. During their reign, they built incredible cities that were not only aesthetically pleasing but also served practical purposes. Their architecture was characterized by intricate details, geometric shapes, and stunning ornamentation. One of the most distinctive features of Moorish architecture is the horseshoe arch, a characteristic element that is easily recognizable in many structures. The Great Mosque of Cordoba, for example, is one of the most famous Moorish buildings in the world, and it features a mesmerizing forest of horseshoe arches that give the building its unique and imposing character. Medieval cities with Moorish architecture were also designed with practicality in mind. They were often built with narrow and winding streets that not only provided shade but also prevented the harsh sun from penetrating too deeply into the city. The cities were also designed with public spaces, such as marketplaces and fountains that were accessible to everyone, regardless of social status or religion. Finally, many Moorish cities were also fortified, with walls and gates that protected them from invaders. Rococo Architecture. Rococo architecture is a style that originated in France in the early 18th century and quickly spread throughout Europe. It is characterized by its intricate and ornate decorations, delicate curves, and pastel colors. This style was often used in the design of palaces, churches, and public buildings, and it is still admired for its beauty and elegance today. One of the most stunning examples of Rococo architecture is found in the city of Dresden, Germany. The Zwinger Palace is a masterpiece of Rococo design, with its intricate facade adorned with sculptures, columns, and ornate reliefs. The palace is home to some of the most impressive museums in Germany, housing priceless works of art and historical artifacts. Another must-see example of Rococo architecture is the Palace of Versailles in France. This former royal palace is one of the most famous buildings in the world, and its design perfectly embodies the opulence and grandeur of the Rococo style. The palace is surrounded by sprawling gardens and features intricate details, such as gilded statues and chandeliers. Moving across the Atlantic, we find the San Francisco City Hall in California, USA. This building is a stunning example of American Rococo architecture, with its towering dome, grand staircase, and marble columns. The building is a testament to the elegance and sophistication of the style, and it continues to be one of the most iconic buildings in the city. Finally, we cannot discuss Rococo architecture without mentioning St. Petersburg's Catherine Palace. This stunning palace was built in the 18th century and is known for its pastel-colored exterior and ornate decorations. The interior is magnificent, breathtaking, featuring intricately detailed ceilings, gilded mirrors, and luxurious furnishings. Carolingian Architecture. Carolingian architecture emerged during the reign of the Frankish ruler Charlemagne in the 8th and 9th centuries. This style was a fusion of classical Roman and Byzantine influences, with a distinct emphasis on symmetry and harmony. One of the most iconic examples of Carolingian architecture is the Aachen Cathedral in Germany. Built in the 9th century, this cathedral is a masterpiece of engineering and design, featuring intricate vaulted ceilings, soaring arches, and intricate mosaics. Another stunning example of Carolingian architecture is the Palatine Chapel in Aachen. This chapel was built as a private chapel for Charlemagne and features a stunning gilded dome, intricate carvings, and beautiful frescoes.
Islamic Architecture. From Spain to Iran, the Islamic world was home to some of the most innovative and beautiful cities in the medieval world. And what sets Islamic architecture apart is its incredible attention to detail and its use of geometric patterns and symmetry. One of the most striking features of Islamic architecture is the use of intricate geometric patterns. These patterns are often repeated throughout a building, from the tiles on the walls to the windows and doors. This repetition creates a sense of harmony and order, and the result is truly breathtaking. One of the most iconic examples of Islamic architecture is the Great Mosque of Córdoba in Spain. This mosque was built in the 8th century and features a unique blend of Islamic and European architectural styles. The mosque's most striking feature is its horseshoe-shaped arches, which create a stunning visual effect as you move through the space. The Samarra Mosque in Iraq is yet another example of Islamic architecture at its finest. This mosque was built in the 9th century and features a unique spiral minaret that rises over 50 meters high. The mosque's intricate brickwork and detailed carvings are a testament to the skill and craftsmanship of the architects who designed it. And, of course, we can't forget the Taj Mahal in India. This stunning mausoleum was built in the 17th century and is considered one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. The Taj Mahal's intricate marble work, stunning domes, and beautifully manicured gardens make it a true masterpiece of Islamic architecture. Wow, wasn't that an incredible journey through some of the world's most amazing medieval cities and their stunning architecture? From the grand cathedrals of Europe to the fortified walls of North Africa and the Middle East, we've seen how medieval cities were built to withstand the test of time and how their architecture reflects the culture and history of their people. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about the incredible achievements of our ancestors. It's amazing to think about how they built such incredible structures without the modern technology and tools we have today.